Hello there, I'm Boo, or Jamie, and I like drawing, maximizing my hours in all the Pokemon games to find shinies, and I like to complain about lore in World of Warcraft. Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back! We are finally level 70, and I did what I said I would do and even did a little dungeon yesterday. So now we have a weekly chest to open, and this is exactly where we're going now. And while we're doing that, we're going to sign up already for what I like to call my very free PvP transmog gear that otherwise I would never get because I'm really not that good at PvP. And for any of you who are also not the enjoyer of the fine dining experience that is player versus player content in World of Warcraft. Don't fret, every now and then, and I really mean every now and then, I don't think it's that often, I think it's every 3, 4, or 5 months or something, Stomp is a thing. And once it's up, it's gonna be there for a week because it's a weekly event. And what you wanna do is you just wanna sign up, then you're gonna join a battleground and you're gonna get the quest that I'm picking up there anyway. And on every character during the Stomp week, you can do this quest, something different, PvP Brawl 1. And this is a one-time quest, obviously, but you can do it on every character that is eligible, which is, I think, every level 70 character. So you get 5 marks of honor and a little bit conquest and honor on top. And since it's a pretty fast ordeal, I would recommend doing that on every character. But now, do the very exciting thing of opening our heroic dungeon weekly vault. A cloak. Very exciting reward, but hey, we're gonna take it. And then we're gonna join the first Stomp. And we're also gonna put on our new, amazing, groundbreaking, never been seen before cloak. And this might look like a normal battleground, but don't fret. Our enemies that are gathered back there, they're NPCs, which makes this entire experience incredibly enjoyable. Oh, I'm still on my Dragonflying mount. I don't want to do that. I want to make people jealous with my time-lost Proto-Drake. And apart from this being an amazing way to farm marks of honor if you still need a lot of PvP transmog appearances, this is also a great way to grind the fraction of this battleground, which is the League of Arathor on Alliance side, which gives you this amazing, beautiful tabard. And on Horde side, I cannot come up with the English name for them right now, but you get a very cool green skull Forsaken-like tabard that just looks a lot cooler than whatever the hell that is I just looked at. And yeah, also obviously it's another reputation bar that counts for the 100 reputations on Exalted and all those shenanigans. All in all, something that you really want to do if Stomp is around anyway, because that makes it insanely easy. As you can see, these are all enemy NPCs. They all have funny names and funny transmogs, and they jump around just like people do, so they look a little bit more realistic. And they also do all the annoying things that players would do. What they also do is they die very quickly. And this is usually how the normal Stomp goes. You just take over all the objectives and then you always leave someone back here so they can defend it, because what NPCs do very well is sending their rogues and druids behind enemy lines and just tabbing these capture points. If you spot someone on your map that is not joining the fight in the front lines, then they're probably defending one of these points, just like I'm doing right now, because my gear still pretty much sucks, so I don't do much damage anyway, and I don't really mind. I don't need to gank NPCs. I don't need that for my ego. Let's do a little selfie. And yeah, that's literally all there is to Stomp. If you are like me and you don't mind grinding something like this for a few hours, then this is very how do you say that? You get a lot for your time. And if you're very crazy, you can even grind to Exalted with the fraction in here. As you can see, whenever you have a base, you get reputation for that base. And if you hold all 5 bases, which is very quickly done when you do Stomp, then you obviously get more and more reputation, and you get the maximum of reputation every single game pretty much, except for when your group really sucks. And yes, it has happened to me that I've joined a very clueless group that also was very bad at defending points, and we did not win against NPC players in World of Warcraft, yeah. And obviously you also grind a lot of honor while doing this, and every day you get a little bit of conquest as well on top, which is very nice because that means that you at the end of this week have enough conquest to buy at least one conquest piece of equipment. And like I said, if you're like me and you never do PvP, if you can do anything against it, then this means that you get transmog that you would otherwise never obtain. So that's nice. The current vendors are here in the Gladiator's Refugee. This is also where you hand in the quest that we accepted. And now we already have almost 1000 honor and a little bit of conquest. And back here, close to all the puppets that you can hit for funsies, is the Conquest Quartermaster. He, you won't believe it, sells equipment for conquest points. And yeah, these are not bound to any rating, so as long as you have enough conquest, you can just buy one of these. And here is the trader for honor, and as you can see, the honor gear is much easier to obtain. I could already buy a few things, and I think I'm going to because I really like the set and I like the bow. So I'm gonna grind Stomp this week, and you're very welcome to join me. Now, we also have a lot of other stuff that we can do in the Dragon Isles, so you can see a little bit of Dragonflight content on my channel. You're very welcome. Oh yeah, and something nice is if you're a farmer for any types of materials, this expansion doesn't have an enchantment on the hands, so they're free to enchant whatever you want on them. And for Shadowlands, BFA, and for Legion, there are enchantments to make your gathering of the mats in those expansions faster. Alright, I'm not allowed to put enchantments on my equipment, huh? Alright, Blizzard, sure. That might give me the dreaded edge to beat all these NPCs. It's also very common that you will see the same people again and again because you guys probably all leave Stomp and immediately queue again. And you might even on accident have a nice chat every now and then with a person in World of Warcraft. And if you have the Dark Moon item in your inventory that enables you to gather these blue items that you can hand in on the Dark Moon Fair, then always remember to loot the enemies in Stomp because they give you all the PvP items for the Dark Moon Fair. Those are usually the very expensive ones in the auction house. And if you just do Stomp for, I don't know, 1 or 2 hours, you probably have enough for the next year of Dark Moon Fair, and you can either sell them for quite a big sum of gold or you just use them yourself. This is the face of a person who has just decided that they might just grind the League of Arathor back to Exalted during this Stomp. Not sure yet though. I dare you to retap this position point. I dare you. Alright, we've done a little change of scenery because I also realized not only is it Stomp this week, it's also World Quest week, which means that you get 50% more reputation from World Quests. And this in itself is pretty nice, but it's especially nice in Legion, because in Legion they introduced all the World Quests, and that means that back then they still believed in fun and joy, and World Quests were pretty easy in Legion, and you also got a lot of reputation. So taking this with 50% more into account, that just means a lot of Legion reputation. If your map looks like this for you as well, then this just means that you haven't talked to Katka yet. But as soon as you hit level 45, in or outside of time walking, you are eligible to walk to this sexy man, talk to him, and do the quest Uniting the Isles. And once you've accepted and handed in this quest, you will see world quests, and you also got a Flight Master's Whistle, which was Blizzard's once really good idea of making you not able to fly everywhere at the start of an expansion not as bad. And after you've done that, you can also, because there are now still places where you don't have world quests, namely the Broken Shore, which was one of the quest hubs during one of the patches in Legion, you're just gonna walk to the second version of Archmage Katka, who is at Krasus Landing, and you're going to do a little RP walk with him. And then you're gonna accept this quest and tell him that you've already heard this tale. I mean, if you haven't, then obviously you have to do this quest line. It's not that long, but well, it's a quest line from Legion, so you're gonna be busy for a few minutes. And once you've done that, you also have world quests on the Broken Shore. What I like to do when the world buff is up for world quests is just, I kind of do a world tour of all the world quests in Legion. Oh yeah, and also, while I'm doing this, I can show you the Legion mining enchantment in action. Gonna enchant our cool hands. And now, look at that speed. Oh yeah, oh that's nice. And of course this goes very well with Stomp because you're just running around and doing world quests, so at the same time you can also just sign up again and again for Stomp because you're getting teleported in there anyway. This is a very grind intense but also fun intense week, I'd say, especially for a new character and especially if you like seeing reputation bars grow. No! This is why you never accept before you haven't gotten all the deposits in your close proximity. Oh, rejoice, it's still here. Well, Brittle Guardian, you're allowed to rest. No, not again! That feeling when you don't learn from your mistakes? Oh, and also there's going to be a Dream Surge at 2 o'clock, so maybe we will also check that one out, then go to the Super Bloom, and then try to catch the feast. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. We're gonna ignore our tenders for now, because we have places to be. Alright, avanti avanti. Even though I really don't like the Azure Span, for some reason it's my favorite place for the Dream Surge. I don't like it when it's in the Onara Plains, because in the Onara Plains everything is green already, so I can never see those little green thingies that are up in the air. In the Azure Span, everything is very blue, because it's the plains of the blue dragons. So it has to be blue. Alright, Tuska Feast is in 2 minutes. Maybe we have to pick out poison. And I gotta say, then I'd rather get it over with this stupid Super Bloom. Hello guys, I heard you want someone to help you with your soup. And where's your green stuff? Oh, there. It's almost like he knows that I have a Super Bloom to attend to, that he gives me only the very time-consuming things to do. Alright, and now on to the Super Bloom and a deep dive for this. Worth it. Let's take the portal to the good old Emerald Dream. Never mind, let's get stopped by a brick. And just like yesterday, let's accept this one. And I think last time we were very lucky because the Super Bloom was already going on for quite some time. But hey, we didn't do the world boss. Or did we? Oh, I don't even remember. Everything looks the same here, so I don't know. Hello. We're 2 people, huh? Hell yeah. Never mind, 3. The things we do for equipment in this game, huh? Okay, so apparently the game had mercy with us because all of a sudden it just switched to the Unruly Storm stage. Because we were not even close to here, but all of a sudden the tree just jumped forward and now we're here, so yay, thank you. More of that. It's not like we don't have another 2 minutes of this anyway. Why don't you have any vigor, my guy? Let's get that reputation. Boom. Of course, another cloak, because we don't already have a cloak. Let's head back to a good expansion. Alright, and we're back in the fun town. We're gonna hand in our little samples that we found so far, because that's gonna enable us to mine a little bit more every time we do mine. Because in Legion, we had this 3-star system of finding regions. The bigger the star, obviously, the more items you got. Whoops, and you should also not, as an Alliance player, fly over the Horde emissary. Gonna jump onto Argus. No whiplash whatsoever. And we're gonna do the Argusian Reach emissary quest, because that's gonna be gone tomorrow. So we're just gonna hop onto here and kill a few of the rare mobs. Alright guys, don't mind me, I'm just passing through. We have a lot of elite mobs to kill. That's pretty handy because those are the fastest world quests and they also give the most reputation. So whenever you see something blue on your map, then definitely do it. Hello my guy. Goodbye. There are a few special rare mobs on Argus that can drop an egg, and the egg you have to hatch for 5 days, and then you either get very lucky and you get some egg yolk that you can drink and wipe away your tears with the shells, or you can be even more luckier and you get a mount. And the mount is one of these beautiful mana rays. The chance that they're in those eggs is not very high, and I think you can hatch more than one at the same time, but if you're on Argus anyway, make sure to drive by a few of the rares that have an increased chance to drop the eggs. There are a few. For example, up here, Nuroa, who is a tiger that you can also tame, has a chance to drop one of these eggs. And we will also tame ourselves a Chitinous Cragscaler. Chitinous Cragscaler. Well, a stag. We'll tag ourselves a stag and gonna call him Joffrey. Now we have a new, very Legion-esque pet that is only tameable on Argus. It's not a special rare mob or anything of the sorts, but you can only tame it here. Alright, and with that, we did the world quests for our MSC quest, so I'm gonna port back with my flight whistle, which in this case just lets me get snagged by a worm, which is one of the things you can buy from the Augustian Reach emissary. Okay, you even have to be revered. Well, once you're revered with these guys, good old Toran here will sell you a crocule flute, and this one will upgrade your flight whistle so you can also get snagged by a worm and travel around Argus a lot faster. Well, and that has been it so far. Thank you so much for tagging along. I hope that you either enjoyed the com stomp or the reputation grind or maybe everything all at once. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed it. It helps me so much with the algorithm. And I hope to see you in the next episode. Bye bye!